Dell Technologies and AMD present the Cybersecurity Tapes.
Hi, I'm Steve Keniston.
And I'm Samir Shah. Steve and I are both cybersecurity specialists with Dell, and we're always looking for better ways to tell the cybersecurity story.
Which changes every day, and AI is only accelerating things. It's hard to keep up.
Which is exactly why we started doing the cybersecurity tapes.
It's a totally different approach. These aren't just talking heads or white papers dealing with a single capability, but fictionalized stories designed to humanize these threats and put them into real-life context for you to learn from.
In these stories, we investigate what happened, what went wrong, and the best way to address the challenges.
Samir and I will be back to discuss how this story stacks up against the reality of the modern cybersecurity landscape.
Without further ado, roll the tape.
The incidents portrayed in this episode of the Cybersecurity Tapes are fictitious. No identification with any persons, places, companies, or products is intended or should be inferred.
I think it's recording. Test. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, it's January 17th, 8:18 a.m. It's me. It's Maria. Hello to future me out there if you're listening. I hope these are useful. Here we go again. Day one of a new assignment, and it's from an old client. Here's what we know so far. Something happened at Techtown. What happened, you ask? Great question. There's some suspicion of a hack, but no one has been able to collect any evidence from the log files to prove it. There was no ransom, no denial of service, and no good explanation otherwise. So, it looks like we've got ourselves an old-fashioned forensic investigation on our hands. I'm on my way now to meet their team, including the new CIO, who wasn't there back when we worked with Techtown the first time to set up their IRR plan. Hopefully he's up to speed on that. Super qualified, but most of his experience seems to come from manufacturing. This is his first time running IT for a retail company, and as you and I both know, that's a whole different beast. Cybersecurity in retail is basically just aisle after aisle of attack surfaces as far as the eye can see. Point-of-sale terminals, in-store devices, mobile apps, AI chatbots, AI logistics, you name it. The average cost of a major cyber attack on a retailer is about $3.25 million. So whatever happened, we want to get to the bottom of it before there's anything our client has to tally up at all. First things first. What exactly is it we're even trying to get to the bottom of? What happened at Techtown?
Hello, this is Kevin. Kevin speaking.
Hey, Mike. It's Carter. Why'd you say you were Kevin? Whatever. I'm here. I'm at the tech town of Highway 9.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Now, what?
Now, honestly, I did not expect you to go through with this plan, but I'm so happy that you did. Let me get set up. This is gonna change our lives.
You know, on second thought...
Stop worrying about every little detail. It's exhausting. We have a plan. My plan. So if there's any risk, I'm the one taking it. Your part is nothing. Blameless. You're just a willing patsy.
Patsy?
You're only pretending to play an innocent patsy, yes? It'll take 5 minutes. You just walk into the store, open the app, make sure you're logged in. Actually, do that now if you haven't. You might need to have a brief exchange with the cashier who does not care about any of this, but that's it. Then you pick up your brand new 8K Hyperdrive XR game deck from off the counter, throw it under your arm like it's no big deal, and then you walk out like you have nowhere to be.
What if they catch on? What if I get pulled into some back room by a store manager or a security officer? What am I supposed to say?
You won't say anything because you didn't do anything. You don't know anything. You're just some gamer trying to get a good deal.
But it's fraud, and I know it's fraud.
Sure, but to you, it's all business as usual. You were sent a coupon through their app, right? That part is real.
Do I just need to be inside, or do I have to find one of those... What are those things? How will I know when I see one?
They're called beacons. Location-aware beacons, and they can detect and connect with nearby devices based on whatever boundaries they're programmed for. But you don't need to go looking for one. Just go to the middle of the store somewhere. We're fishing with a net here, not a spear. Spear fishing. Get it?
No. Okay. I'm going in. Wish me luck.
If this works, I was thinking. There's 100 tech towns with a limited supply of 8K Hyperdrive XR game decks. I mean, what we're doing right now, it's just phase 1, you know that.
One phase at a time, please.
Ooh, I saw you pop up as a nearby device. Make note of how far into the store you are. I'm pushing the promo now. Here comes the deal of a lifetime.
Whoa. Now that's a good deal. Some might say too good. They'll never go for this.
Are you ready to check out?
Just smile and nod.
Yes, I am ready to check out. Thank you.
Oh man, the new hyperdrive console. Nice. I gotta say, I'm dealing with a lot of envy right now. Is that gonna be it for you?
There is something else. I was sent this flash deal. It just popped up on my TechTown mobile app. See? Here. It's from TechTown. I think it might be part of that whatever you all are doing with the promotion. I've seen commercials. Bummer, man. I guess you had to be there.
Yeah, sure, but that one's got to be fake. Seriously, that's not a deal. That's giving it away. Didn't this just come out? Let's see if it scans. Unreal. How many of these were still on the shelf? And how'd you get that QR code on your phone? Like rewards points or something? I want in.
We've got a live one. Tell them all you need is a TechTown mobile app and an account.
Rewards? What? No. All you need is the TechTown app, and the app has to be open when you're inside the store, and you have to be logged into your account when you're in the store.
Smooth.
Easy peasy.
Oh, and see if you can get their name. I want to see if I'm able to target them.
You know, you've been very helpful.
Yeah, sure thing.
What's your name?
Thanks for the tip on the discount.
My name's Kevin.
I've been eyeing that console since it was announced like 2 years ago. Psyched.
Okay, wrap up and meet me back at the spot.
I have to go now. Goodbye.
I can help the next person in line.
We'll take a breather, play some Wicked Wizards, and then I want to tell you all about Phase 2. I'm already logged into that cashier's TechTown account. This is wild. You're wearing a hoodie, right? Put it up. You should get out of there.
You know, Samir, this really brings something up, right? Who is out there doing the cyber crimes? I mean, it's clear by listening to these two clowns, anyone can, right?
It could be anyone. You know, in reality, these guys sound like the same people that would just shoplift from a retail store. They're just doing it in a more sophisticated manner.
Yeah. In this story, one hacker says to the other, you know, if you act like you know what you're doing, if you just pull your hood up over and walk out like you've got nothing else to do, you kind of got it made. And it looks like that's what these folks are doing here. What's confusing to me is what this hacker could possibly want to do by just giving a discount on their app. Why would they hack a retail beacon? Like, what's the point of that?
It's always possible that they're going after payment methods, or this could be as simple as a disgruntled employee that just wants to damage the company as much as possible. And that damage might not just be from getting a bunch of game consoles at a discount. They could do things that could significantly damage the reputation of the company. And that's another way that they can make money. So there's a whole host of things that could be going on, and not many of them are good. None of them are good.
Data security is even more important in the era of AI. As the use of digitization, cloud computing, AI, and other emerging technologies fuel the growth of data, the need for advanced security measures becomes even more pressing. The heightened need for security is further amplified by the increased global emphasis on privacy regulations and the severe penalties for breaches, highlighting the unparalleled value of data amid rising security risks. Built in at the silicon level, AMD Infinity Guard offers the advanced capabilities required to defend against international and external threats and help keep your data safe.
January 17th, 10:05 a.m. I'm with Angie Beecher, a TechTown data analyst in the marketing department, who, as far as I can tell, is the first and only person to raise the alarm about this incident.
I wouldn't go so far as to say I raised an alarm. I'm not like a whistleblower. I was just doing my job.
Angie, I'm hoping for leads here. Anything. What first made you suspicious something wasn't right?
Well, part of my job is to review sales figures during big promotions. And I noticed that this one promotion in particular was returning a huge loss. Like something ridiculous, like negative 9,000%. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it was big. Big enough to call out.
I would say so, yes. Who'd you call it out to?
I went to the same place anyone would, one level up. The director of marketing.
And what exactly did you report?
I said I think that maybe someone has made a terrible mistake.
Someone in the marketing department?
Sure, yeah. Where else?
Your director. Do they have an office in this building? "11:14 a.m. I'm waiting outside the office of Lorelei Bartell, TechTown's director of marketing. I am within earshot of her executive assistant, who is staring at me and would like me to leave. That's just for the record. I received an email from the director, whom I believe to be just on the other side of that door at the moment, but no harm, no foul. I appreciate the response. The email says, "Thank you for reaching out regarding the incident that occurred during our annual You Had to Be There in-store sales event. We have been unable to locate any source files or materials used for the reference graphic you attached, and at this time we do not believe it was produced by anyone in the marketing department. I have referred the matter to upper management for further review." That's what problems tend to do. They go up. So will I. Next stop, the new CIO.
My problem is, from where I'm standing, I don't know which way is up. I still don't even know for sure if this is an emergency. I could find no possible conclusion other than that this whole thing must just be one giant, incredibly expensive typo by some, I'm sure, soon-to-be-fired designer and the accountant who signed off on it. That was until a new wrinkle. We received some calls to customer service in the past few hours. I think you should have a listen.
Hi, I'm a longtime customer, but I'm not sure for how much longer. I was locked out of my TechTown account, and I had something saved in there I really want back.
It was this awesome promotion you all sent to me, and I was saving it. Please, someone help me get back into my account.
I think I got locked out of my TechTown online account or something. I definitely had the right password. I literally never change it. So, what happens now? I'll do whatever it takes to prove I'm me. Blood, anything.
When I click Forgot Password, it asks whether I want a verification code sent to an email address that isn't mine, or texted to a number that also isn't mine. What's up with that?
I'll start a new account, I don't care. I just want that promo offer for the Hyperdrive console back. It was sick.
Hi, my name is not important. I'm calling to report that I think something might be wrong with the TechTown mobile app, and I just wanted to let someone know because I'm a member of the TechTown family. I tried to log in just now, and, well, first it was already weird that I was logged out to begin with, but then when I tried to log in again, nothing. Nada. It feels extra weird because yesterday was the first time I ever used the app, ever, because I wanted to get this discount offer I saw TechTown was sending out. I don't know, maybe that means something to you. I don't know. Are employees allowed to use those things anyways? Those discounts? Okay, well, just wanted to let someone know, and I'd love to get my account back. Thanks.
Here's an interesting story about a retail situation. So in your mind, what makes retail kind of unique in the cybersecurity space?
Few things. First of all, it's everywhere. And retail these days doesn't just mean bricks and mortar. It's online, it's apps, it's a wide variety of places. Second of all, it's so accessible by design. And there are many different ways to potentially get in. And I think that makes it riskier.
So Samir, as I listen to this story here, I'm already seeing some rumblings of this whole blame game. And how does that blame game factor into cybersecurity. You have any thoughts on that?
A lot of thoughts. I mean, first and foremost, the blame game is never productive because all it's going to do is cause people to not want to report things that they see, when in reality, we want people to be as communicative as possible, see something, say something.
I think you're spot on. The blame game is never helpful. And I think the main reason for a good IRR plan is to make sure you're not playing a blame game, right? And I harp on this a lot. Practice, 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 whether it be practice your recovery strategy or practice your IR plan. That's what gives you, as the IT professional, the confidence that one, your plan is good, and two, if you have to augment your plan, you can. But it also helps in that whole troubleshooting process and get that troubleshooting process going. Start to find the problem, and you do it through a process. You don't necessarily do it by pointing fingers at people.
So, what do they all have in common?
Where they like to shop, for one, and in some cases, where they live. Prior to making that call to customer service, each and every one of those people purchased the exact same gaming console using the exact same promo code, whether they knew that's what they did or not. We suspect some of them, or most, did not. Oh, and almost everyone who purchased online used the same P.O. box as the shipping address. It's quite a coincidence, don't you think?
I would say so, yes. At least we have some evidence now. It feels good to make some progress.
I don't know. We may be looking at a large, slow-moving, and highly sophisticated operation here.
Wicked Wizard, fight!
The way I see it, there are two ways we go from here. The first way, easy. We keep on keeping on, building up the inventory, increasing the price as the product becomes more scarce in the marketplace. Or the second way, which is to forget about the marketplace altogether. We offer what we do as a service and make custom promo codes for anyone who's willing to pay the right price, and it's all on the dark web. If we do that way, it completely eliminates the burden of shipping and receiving all these boxes, so you and I can focus on the big picture stuff, you know? Speaking of the big picture stuff, I've been thinking.
Let me guess. You thought of a third way this could go.
Not a third way, a complete 180 in an entirely new direction.
That wizard head of yours is about to do a complete 180 in an entirely new direction. Smoke bomb, sweep kick, and the coup de grace.
I've got bad news for you.
Man.
This could be the first opportunity you and I have to make real money at this thing.
You're serious? I'll listen. How?
AI.
Great, but how, though?
I've trained an AI program to cycle through all possible password combinations based on whatever personal information I could scrape from those TechTown accounts. Things are moving fast. I'll make you a deal. Let's play again. I'll even bump my experience setting up to expert. If you win, I'll make all the runs to the post office and deal with payments. And I won't mention another word about how good things could have been for us if we had a little more courage. But if I win...
Wicked Wizard, fight!
January 17th, 7:13 p.m. Here we are, end of day one. I got some answers today, but ended up with just more questions. There's clearly a Grinchbot angle at play. Someone specifically targeting the hot new item everybody wants so they can resell it later at a massive aftermarket upcharge. So far, though, I haven't seen anything about the... Hyper 8K X something. Nothing's popped up on any of the dark web markets, at least the ones I know about. A Grinchbot-style attack also wouldn't explain away the customer service calls from customers who were locked out of accounts. Unless they were in on it. Note to self, follow up on where those calls originated from. So, the big question remains. How did those offers get sent out? And by who?
You know, one of the things that keeps popping up into my mind from a cybersecurity perspective is that you're only as secure as the weakest link in your environment. And given that we've talked about in the retail space now, all these potential partners that you have, if any one of them does not adhere to utilizing good security hygiene, you can only be as strong as your weakest partner, right?
Oh, absolutely. And these days, supply chains are so complicated. They're physical, they're digital, they're global. We should encourage strong supply chain security measures, vetting vendors, holding them accountable, reviewing them periodically, switching out vendors if one isn't complying. Really interesting in this story that it was a human being that caught it first. In many ways, great because we want to have that. At the same time, there is a role of technology to be played that could have used AI to pick up on anomalies that may have flagged it as well.
It brings up this complex nuance of, first of all, who are you hiring? What are you hiring them for? IRR plans can be pretty complex, right? So it's a good point to talk about the fact that they brought in Maria to help them kind of lay out that IRR plan.
Totally agreed. A lot of times when people think of a plan like this, they immediately gravitate to the technology aspects, which are important. So we want to look at recovery procedures, etc. But it also has to include policies and procedures that go far beyond technologies. In the US now, the SEC has come out with a new requirement that cyber attacks have to be reported within 3 days. So it would make a lot of sense to have a template for that communication ready to go in the plan. Just creating the plan has that complexity and comprehensive nature to it, but then you have to practice it, make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. We can't develop this beautiful plan and then file it away somewhere and forget about it. It has to be a living, breathing thing.
Join us next time for part 2 of this episode, where we find out how the hacker's plan plays out and whether Maria and team are able to stop it. This episode of these cybersecurity tapes was produced by Dell Technologies and AMD. The executive producers were Steve Keniston and Samir Shah. It was written by Steve Keniston, Samir Shah, Bradley Parrott, and Mike Wiebe, directed by Bradley Parrott, featuring performances by Danu Uribe, Bruce Nozick, Max Hawksford, Shelley Knight, Mike Wiebe, and Avery Moore. Sound design by Andy Slater. If you enjoyed this episode of the Cybersecurity Tapes, please like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Or visit thecybersecuritytapes.com to learn more.